Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Katie Weaver Show. This is Katie. I'm your host. I'm so happy to be here. If you are listening live, it is the 1st of November. Where am I? It's the 1st of February. That's something. It is just about 11 a.m. Pacific time. I'm so glad to be here with you guys. Happy Lunar New Year. It is, of course, now the year of the tiger or the water tiger, and what a good year. This is to be then a year of courage and bravery and strength and things that I think we really need right now. So I think we ought to take it to heart. Want to say hi to Jane, Lillian, Debbie, Renee, Sheila. Let me jump into the other chat. And with that being said, we are in the chat room. You can find it over at 12radio.com by clicking on the chat button, or you can come see me in the live stream, and you can see the live over at 12radio. No, over at Katie Weaver Domestic Mystic on YouTube or on Facebook. So that's how to find it. Want to say hi to Tiffany and Sid. Glad to see everybody here this morning. So I hope you guys are doing well. Okay. I feel like I missed someone because YouTube says or Facebook says I have 4 comments, but I'm only seeing 3. If I pass, oh, it's Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca. Don't want to leave anybody out. How rude. Hey, Brenda. Good to see you. So that's what's going on. You guys, it's cold as hell here. Oh my gosh. It's warmed up a tiny bit, but last week there was one night where we were the coldest place in the nation overnight. Yeah. Hey, Kylie. The pigs are like, yeah, no, it's not happening. The dogs, pretty much everybody is just over it at this point. But the sun's been shining. And so it's kind of the trade-off. It's a little bit warmer when it's overcast in the winter for us. But if it's clear, it gets bitterly cold. But I need that sun. So, it's definitely a trade-off without a doubt. Hey, Renee. Happy New Year of the Water Tiger to you too. Debbie, I would love to give you a clearing. We're not going to get to readings and stuff until later on in the show, but I will definitely take note. Absolutely. So we should have some time in the end of the show to do some readings and some energy work and whatnot. That should happen. So it is a good thing to be here today, I think. I hope. I have some show and tell. Oh, but how can I show and tell without, I can't leave out one chat room, right? So I can't do that yet because I've got to take a picture or two to show you guys what I'm talking about. We've been printing on the 3D printer and having a blast doing it. You guys, we have discovered toys to print on the 3D printer, and the world will never be the same. It's insane, but that's what we're all about right now. So let me get to my chat room and I'll post a couple of pictures and then I'll show you guys in the live stream as well. Hey, Terry, good to see you. So we discovered this super cool company. That they're the designers of the things I'm going to show you. They're called Cinderwing, and they are ridiculously gifted. Thank God for great designers because there's a lot that we can do, but design. Oh, they just did the dragon. Scott said, but there's anyway that they're wildly gifted. Hey, Maya, it's crazy. So, without further ado, this is the crystal dragon. See, they're all hinged. Everything moves. This guy is 2 feet long. He's got this cool spike on his tail. Hey, Jacqueline. Let's see. Look at this, you guys. Look at his cool head. Look at all the spikes. His whole back is crystals on tops of his feet. Everything. Is that not the coolest thing ever? And this isn't the cutest PLA, the stuff we printed it in, because we just used up stuff we had. So we've ordered new stuff that'll be even cooler. But anyway, these are amazing. Yeah. So if you're interested in buying one of these, just message me privately and we'll print you one. But yeah, we're in heaven. So much fun. 30 hours. 30 hours of printing. One thing 3D printers are is not fast. Oh, I'm so sorry. 34 hours to be precise. And it's 34 hours of sneaking down to the printer to sneak another look and see where we at, how's it going, has it muffed up because that happens too. But at any rate, this is so much fun. But it's so cool how the 3D printer does all of the hinging. Like this printed in one piece. We didn't attach any of this together. It printed this way. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, I'm easy to amaze apparently. But anyway, so yeah, now we're printing dragons like nobody's business because they're just so damn cool. And then also this little fox. Yeah, we just started printing a rose dragon that has roses all the way down its spine. It is so freaking cool. Anyway, so now we're like, you know what we need? We need another 3D printer because they're slow. We want to print more and more and more. Anyway, you guys know us. We're suckers for a gadget, but look at the fox. This is from the designer's Flexi Factory, but his little legs are all hinged. And then his tail is the coolest thing. Look how his tail hinges and moves. Is this not the coolest? Anyway, I love the fox. I think he's adorable. But anyway, that's all. So that's what's been going on at my house. Just printing toys like mad women. Sorry, Scott. Like mad people. Anyhow. So that's the fun we've been having. Yes, that's what I thought too, Sid. They're fun stress relievers just to sit on your desk and wiggle around and have fun with. And the crystal dragon I've seen printed in various colors that are just so freaking cool. So anyway, of course we had to order the colors. Well, yeah, we'll have two new dragons to show you next week. But at any rate, we're this is how we are at this point. We'll never actually make any money creating because as soon as we get going with something we love, we find something else we want, and we have to buy that too. But we're having a ball, and isn't that the point? I think it's the point. It's the stress reliever around here. TikTok has some amazing 3D print designers, Kylie, for sure. That's where a lot of our inspiration comes from is the TikTokers there. And we could put a camera on ours too and print some or, record some of our prints. We've thought about it. It's kind of fun. It's really interesting to do like a time lapse and watch it come up from the ground level all the way up to being complete. Amazing. Yeah. Speaking of TikTok, if you guys follow me on TikTok, I have 3 new videos about how I created my resin table that I showed you guys last week and how I do my keychains, my little floral wildflower keychains. So that's kind of fun. And I'm just Katie Brower Weaver on TikTok. If you don't follow me over there, that's how to find me. Yeah. So that's what's up. So last week on the show, we had kind of like an upset because I was telling you guys about my cousin that was intubated and then had a text from my aunt that he had passed. And so your aunt, uncle, like I said, he's actually a cousin, but it's always been an uncle to me. He was my dad's age. But at any rate, he did pass. And so he had been fighting leukemia for 3 years. And unfortunately, they were fully vaxxed and his family was, and they were trying really hard to protect him. But he had gone through one of those procedures where they isolate you and kill off your entire immune system, your bone marrow, and start over with a bone marrow transplant. And he just didn't have an immune system to fight. But we went to his service yesterday and it was absolutely wonderful. It was a really long day. The service was about an hour and a half from my house. And then the graveside was about 45 minutes from my house in the other direction. So lots of driving for us. But we ended up in Teton Valley, where we're from, right up at the base of the Tetons. That cemetery is literally on the base of the Tetons. And it is the most beautiful place in the world. Most of my family is buried there, except for my folks. But on my dad's side of the family, everyone is there. And it is the most miraculous and beautiful place in the world. So it was nice to be able to go up there. It was certainly nice to be able to spend some time with his family and share some stories and hear some things I didn't know. I knew Janice was a very kind and a generous person. But I definitely didn't know, the depths of that until listening to his kids speak about him yesterday, and just what a wonderful neighbor he was and how much he helped take care of the people around him. And yeah, the kind of person I want to be when I grow up, for sure. So it is sad, and I'm very sad for his kids, but man, what a legacy to leave. What a guy. Yeah. So that is that. Uh, I've got some ground I want to cover today. Let's start with Luminous. Just want to share a few things in there. I'm going to put a link in the chat room, but then I will also link it into the live stream. And you guys should have received it. If you subscribed to it, you should have received it earlier this morning. But I wanted to look at a few things. Hey, Maureen. Yeah. And hello, Jane. So glad to have you here as well. Oh, well, I'm glad you get to be here anyway. Yeah. That's the thing. When he was diagnosed 3 years ago, they said he had a 5% chance, and they got 3 years. And so, in some ways, they just feel really, really grateful for what they got. And of course, brokenhearted and all of the things, how can you not? Okay. Alrighty, here we go. So, brand new cover. There's like a whole series of these tree hearts. I'm obsessed with them. They're so cool. I thought this one was so pretty with the sun coming up over the mountain, and I want to be there like right now. So I called this edition the Wild Wisdom Edition because it is the Lunar New Year, and we are entering the year of the water tiger, full of wisdom and bravery. And by God, we need it and we'll take it. In my musings, shared a story about my dad that I hadn't even thought about. I haven't thought about in a while, but talking about Dennis and to his son yesterday reminded me of this story. And then I started thinking about, holy shit, what a miracle was this, really? So, my dad was from Teton Valley, and he was very, very loyal to his high school. Now, he had not been there in, a big hot minute, but we drove up there about an hour to football games and basketball games quite a bit as a kid and as an adult. I mean, even, when he died, we were still driving up there to those games. But my cousin Cameron, when he played football and basketball up there, and that's Dennis's son, we'd go up there to almost all of his games. And that's where this story started for me yesterday. Cameron said, your dad made the trek to Teton Valley for my games almost every game. He said, I would be amazed that I'd look out in the crowd and there's Uncle Kenny. He's like, you guys, that meant so much to me. And, anyway, so we were talking about that. And I was laughing about how many times we had driven to the valley, with him for games and how much we enjoyed it. And I was telling him how uh, one night we were headed up there to a basketball game, and it was snowy. And up in that area, like they get whiteout blizzards. The weather is awful in the winter, awful. And the roads get really bad. And so we were driving on this mountain. You're driving headed towards the mountains, not on a mountain pass, but just, headed to a really high elevation. And it was dark and it was snowing and blowing. And the conditions weren't great. That's conditions I would never drive in a million years. But my dad, was raised in it and it was no big deal to him. So we're driving along, and out of nowhere, he just pulls the car to the side of the road and jumps out. It was so weird. He didn't say a word. He just jumped out of the car, slammed his door, and started running out into this field, which probably was like a grain field in the summertime. And we were all like, what the hell is he doing? And realized that there was a pickup, a little white pickup. And that's the other thing, it was white. And we were in like whiteout snow conditions that had rolled. And it was on its top. And the headlights were shining out into that field. Like, I don't know how he saw it. I still don't. I didn't see it at all until it was pointed out to me that that's what it was. But he ran out to that truck and then saw way out further in that field, which that field probably went on for 100 acres or more, someone walking. And he ran out there and grabbed this girl, and she was a teenager from the valley that had rolled her truck and was disoriented. She had a concussion and she was disoriented, and she just got out of that truck and just wandered out into the night, out into the snow. And he grabbed her and brought her back to our car and put her inside. And we, got the heat up, high, and it got her warm and safe until the emergency services could get there. And it was just such a weird, random, shocking thing to happen when it happened. But it didn't occur to me until later. He saved her life. That girl so easily could have just walked out there and just succumbed. I mean, she could have frozen out there. She could have gotten lost in that snow and not been able to find her truck. She was obviously disoriented and was walking the wrong way. I mean, she could have headed who knows how far out into the that field, and it was snowing hard. She could have just been buried by snow and her family wouldn't have known what happened to her till spring. Like all of the things that go through my head now about that situation, I think how terrifying that is and how easily that girl could have died that night, and that he saved her life. All because why? He was paying attention, he listened. Everybody said, "How the hell did you see that? How did you even know she was out there?" And he said, "I just saw her headlights." I don't know how he saw her headlights. She wrecked before we got there. It's not like it happened in front of us. And when that snow, you couldn't see her headlights, not unless you were really looking, but he just knew. And I was thinking about how often we are on an angel's errand without really knowing it. And, he knew. He was prompted. He had that gut feeling. He was zinged by somebody to get out there and go help her. And what an amazing experience that truly is. And how often things like that happen. I wonder how often we serve an angel's errand like that and don't even know, you know? Probably a lot more than you think. Sometimes I think we really are chess pieces on a board, and we're being shifted and moved, and maybe we know it and maybe we don't, but that's, you know, just a part of life, I think, if we're listening and paying attention. Anyway, that story just came up yesterday, and so I thought I'd share it with you guys because I think it's a pretty amazing one. Jane said her dad jumped into a frozen lake and saved a kid from drowning. Wow, Jane. That's amazing. And that's scary because I mean that's he could have died too, but he didn't care. He saved somebody's kid. That's amazing. Wow. Well, you don't think about it at the time, right? You just do what needs to be done. You just go for it. And obviously that's what he did. Wow. Well, moving on. All righty. So don't forget over at Planet Meditation, Scott and I, we haven't put a new meditation up in a little more than a week. We got a little out of sync, but there are more coming. But there's like 50 some there. So if you're looking for meditation music, we are Planet Meditation on YouTube. And I would love it if you guys would go check them out and benefit them. Benefit from them if you can. All right. Kelly is rocking my world. On Bitch Scopes, she says we are ridiculously optimistic. Hell yes, Cal. We'll take it. We need it. So we want it. We're going to take it. And she says this year will be quite a bit less intense and problematic than the last couple. Well, by hell, it's our turn. We want this. So here we go. This is good news. So let's read a scope and then I'll let you guys check yours out at any old time you want. How about, let's see, who do we never read? I always say this and then I don't really know. How about Sagittarius? If there's been a hiccup in your finances, you can blame Mercury. Things should straighten out with Mercury direct. You are likely to see an income increase this year if you haven't had it happen already. Don't get too lost in the dollar signs. Make smart investments for the long run. This new moon gives you a chance to learn something, so whether it's money or another subject, dive in. There you go, Sag. No messing around. I love it. Make sure you read your scopes. You can see them here or over at One Two Listen. or of course on Kelly's blog. So lots of places to get there. The tip this week is just the Chinese New Year, Year of the Tiger. You are wise, you are brave, you are strong. Or if you want to turn that into a personal affirmation, I am wise, I am brave, I am strong. What a great affirmation for all of us right now, actually. I think we could all benefit from repeating that a few times. Yesterday, my Pisces daughter and her friend, they're both supervisors at their job, they called me on speakerphone because they had decided that they were going to go together and ask for a raise. And they wanted to know what I thought. And I said, well, before you go ask for a raise, you better be clear on why you're asking for a raise. Why do you think you deserve a raise? And they laid it out very concisely about how much their responsibilities have increased and how much their supervisor has had COVID and also had COVID in his family and been quarantined a lot lately. And they've both had to step in and do his job a lot. And that could happen more. And just like they had a whole listing of things that made them think that they ought to ask for a raise. And then we had a conversation about coming across as professionals, not as because they're both 20, so coming across as professionals, not no giggling, no acting weird and shy and stuff, but acting like grown-ups. And yeah, just, a whole conversation. And guess what? They both got their raises. So I was really proud of them. It was brave. Going together, probably helped boost them up. But yeah, they were brave and they were prepared and they knew exactly what to say and why they believed that they deserved that raise. And their boss said, yeah. And then he pointed out that Matea was only getting supervisor pay on certain shifts and that he thinks that that's wrong and he's going to fix that too. So for her, especially, she'll see a nice increase. Anyway, good on them. These younger generations, they're learning a lot. And I think that's why they're going to take the world by storm. They're brave. They know things. And then hopefully, some of us, Gen Xers and boomers can help guide them a little bit, or millennials, depending on where you're at, with some of our wisdom and experiences that we've had. So, anyway, I was so impressed with both of them. All righty. Christy brings us the dolphin card this week. You can watch that. Melissa brings us the Magic Monday message. It's always going to be okay. I loved that today. It's always going to be okay. Yep, it really is, even when it doesn't feel like it. We're always headed there. Heart happenings with Ginger, 7 cents to help balance your chakras. I loved this. She is an aromatherapist and had some really great suggestions on using aromatherapy to help balance your chakras. Brilliant stuff. Over at True Crime Paranormal, per normal, we have, or abnormal, I don't know. We've got some big stuff going over there, so be sure and check it out if you're into the True Crime Jam. Anita brings us St. Brigitte because it's in bulk. Not only is today the Lunar New Year, it is also in bulk. So happy in bulk to you. This is, of course, the rite that welcomes the light and the springtime. Well, we'll take it. We've had enough. If I have to wake up to it being 16 below again, you're going to hear my screams wherever you are. Screams of protest, maybe a full-on tantrum, and the pigs are going to join me, so you'll hear it. You'll know. A great message from Jamie Dawn as well. And that's that. So hopefully there are some gems in luminous for you and something that you get some kind of, some kind of increase from. Yeah. We really laughed. I was with my sisters when they called and they were going to ask for a $6 an hour raise. And we were all like, oh, remember when you got like 15 cents? They're going and they're asking for 6. And he told him, I don't know if I can give you 6, but I can definitely give you 3, but I'm going to get as close to that as I can. What? The world has changed so much. When I was in high school and college, I worked at Kmart. Oh God, Kmart. And I worked at the service desk. Uh, oh, yeah. And, if you were just rocking it, you'd be lucky every year when you got your review that, If you were really kicking ass, maybe you'd get 50 cents. But if they could get away with it, they'd give you 25. But in hindsight, maybe if I would have asked more, I would have gotten more. I don't know, because I didn't. Because at that age, I was just grateful for whatever they would give me and didn't understand at all that I could claim my own destiny, you know? I these kids just that they're a lot more empowered. For me, still, I was very much under the thumb of organized religion and just believing that, what authority told you was just how it was and that you had to accept that. And that's how life worked. My, how far we have come, boys and girls. Right? I hope so. I don't know, Tiffany. I wondered about that too. If she realized that she could have died. I'll bet her parents did. I'll bet her parents did. As I recall, I think that her dad called. My dad knew who they were, and I'm pretty sure her dad called the barber shop. My dad was a barber and talked to him about it the next week. So I think that there was an exchange there, but he would have never said much about it because that was just the thing you did. Yeah. It's true. They are empowered because they have evolved parents. I think that's true to some degree. Yeah. Except for even when they said that they were going to go ask for $6, we almost fainted in the car and went, well, okay. I love these kids. They are rocking my world. So there's this kid who has figured out how to track Elon Musk's jet. And he has a whole Twitter account that is devoted to Elon Musk's jet. And whenever it's on the move, he posts about it. And he's developed quite a following, and has people all over the place that this is, the thing they're doing. So Elon Musk himself messages this kid. He says, "Hey, really impressed that you were able to track my jet. It's becoming a bit of a security issue for me. So I would like to offer to buy out your account and also hire you to consult on how you figured out how to track our jet so that we can up our security." This kid's 19. And he said, "Yeah, I'd be interested in that. Maybe I'd talk about it." And he said, "All right, well, for the consultation and for the account, I'd like to buy it from you for $5,000, which to a 19-year-old, my God, 5 grand, right?" This kid sat on it. He didn't do anything hasty. And then he came back and he squeezed Elon and told him that he would not do it for a penny less than $50,000. What the hell? And Elon told him he'd have to think about it and eventually came back and said that he didn't feel good about doing that. So he didn't. So the jet tracking goes on. I'm guessing that Elon Musk has his people working their asses off to figure out how he's doing this and get it blocked. So he's running a risk, right? Because if they figure out how to block him, then he won't benefit anymore from the Twitter account. But said maybe that 5 grand he could have made off of Musk is gone. But then again, if they don't, well, he's just going to keep doing what he's doing. I don't know why that was so funny to me, but it about killed me. Smart kid. These guys they know what the hell's up. Yeah. 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 Tiffany said, on my second job, all I ever made was 6.50 an hour. I think that's a right. Well, I think I made 7.15. That was minimum wage, and it still is in Idaho. Yeah. 7.15. What are you saying? Yeah. Yeah. Only $1 increase by the end of that job. Yeah, that's how it was. Right, Terry? Seriously. She said, "I love that kid. He was ready to bargain." Well, there you go. Too much. Okay. Well, I thought I would drum today because we've all been pretty dang fried. And I think the new moon yesterday was a little hard on many of us. We have some good shifts coming, obviously. The new moon is over, thank God. And now Mercury goes direct this week. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Yeah. Oh, Jane said, "I would have asked for the same amount or at least found out how much he'd pay me to work for him." Right? $5,000 consultation fee and a Twitter account? No, hire this boy. What are you talking about? Two things, Musk, billionaire, seriously, hire this kid and pay for the best education money can buy. Do both of those things. Do both of those things. And then, you know, maybe you could make a deal on him not tracking your jet anymore, but truly, you could do a whole lot better for him. And if you're so impressed that he was able to figure it out, hire him, not a consultation fee, and educate him. You pay. You send him to MIT. You send him to the best college that money will buy and take care of it. That's not that hard. But he's not liking feeling squeezed. Right? Now you know how he stays wealthy. It's cheap, right? No kidding. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I suspect there's more to come in this story. And we're here for it. I don't like or not like Elon. I don't care if he's rich or not. Good for him. But, you know, there's room in this big old world for everybody to have gain. All righty. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to drum. I just want you guys to hold space for the frequency of the drum to just release anything that you're carrying that no longer serves you. Any energy in your energy body that's helping to help you feel fried, anxious, exhausted, frustrated, whatever, heavy, whatever you're carrying that no longer serves you. Let's let the frequency of the drum break it up and get it out of here. So all you have to do is breathe. Now, as always, I'll warn you, some people go into fight or flight with the drum. And if you can, try to breathe through it, turn it down a little bit, move back a little bit, breathe, and see if you can stay with me. If you can't and you've just got to turn it off, I get it. I do. I don't want to ruin anybody. But if it puts you in fight or flight, it probably means there's some big work to do. If you can breathe through it, just hold that space that we're going to allow all of this energy to just shift out of you. Yep. All right, here we go. you go. That might have been for me. I hope it helped you too. I felt a lot shift out of my head. Oh, I really needed that. Okay. All right. Headed back to the chat room. So, what I would like to do, good point. Rebecca said the labor shortage has helped people to get higher wages. That is very, very true. That is a good point. Yeah. Hi, Mo. Sid said, I think Elon's offer was short sighted. He's acting like there isn't any other space age technology already in existence. That kid will go work for another company. That's a great point. Just maybe he will. Yep. And these kids work social media like a boss. Believe me, I hear all the time about how much my TikTok sucks. And all of the cool things I could be doing with it that I'm not. Yeah, I too am going to have to hire a 20-year-old consultant to get me up to speed. All right, so here's what I'd like to do for the rest of the show. We're going to do some bibliomancy and read a chapter out of Kathleen's book. This, of course, is our friend Kathleen Peterson from here in the 1-2 world that passed last fall. We're using her book as a way to channel a message from her guidance and from her, I think. Yeah. And of course, it is messages from archangels and other light beings that she channeled many years ago. And it's just so freaking good. So when you do bibliomancy, you just ask what we need to know, and I just flip it open, and whatever page we land on is what we need to know. So I'm going to do that. Archangel Gabriel. I will read this, and then we're going to do some readings. Readings and energy work through the end of the show. Archangel Gabriel, I come before you today to offer my support as you step forward and into your divine power and light. All of you are a gift to the earth plane at this time. This, as many of you know, is a time of transition as the energies are shifting from density to light. Each of you brings your own light to this process, and you add your ability to empower others in lightness in the shift. I come to encourage you all to become more than you have been. Now is the time for you to bring your powerful light up and out, shining on the earth as a beacon of hope and healing. You are all needed now. Those of us in the other realms see your doubt and see your fear. We support all that you are and all that you came here to do. Now is the time for you to realize your powerful light and wisdom and share it with the world around you. If you are unsure what to do, call on us and go inside. Listen for the answer. You can request a more physical answer to the question, and the answer will appear in a more physical way. Choose whichever way suits you, but please stop procrastinating. You are needed now. It is important to understand that you have wisdom to share with others, be it on a one-on-one basis or in groups. Be open to whichever way this chooses to manifest in your life. Call on us to ease the way for this manifestation. We will come to lend you strength and support. I can help pave the way for you to be more fully present for those who need you. I can open doors so that the messages you are here to provide can be given to the largest number of people in the shortest period of time. I can help you release your fear and doubt and open your hearts so that the wisdom you impart is of the highest. Know that the information you need is already within you, and that all you have to do is allow it to come forth. Know that when you wish to communicate with others, you can impact them on so many levels, in ways that can empower them to also be whom they are meant to be at this place and time. I come to inform and encourage you to shine your light upon the earth every minute of every day and send it out around you with the power that is within you. I am here to acknowledge and honor the greatness that is within each and every one of you. It is with great respect that I tell you that you are more powerful than you realize and wiser than you know. Allow this power and wisdom to come forth from you and help make this earth plane a brighter, more peaceful place with acceptance and understanding of all points of view. Speak your truth, yet accept that what is your truth is not always someone else's truth. What is important for you to remember is that when you speak your truth, you help to open the hearts of others and give them the opportunity to look at things in a different way. With great respect and honor, I tell you, now is the time to open your hearts to be the bright, loving, glorious beings you are. Now is the time to spread your light, love, and wisdom in the earth. We are here to support your efforts and guide your way. And of course, that is Archangel Gabriel or Gabrielle, depending on how you see that angel. Some people see Gabriel as a feminine energy. Up to you. Okay, so one second while I just take a peek at the chat. Sid said she wished the drumming lasted an hour. I know. I don't think I could do it, but I might not have the strength to drum for an hour, but I do hear you. Oh, Kylie's cat was very interested in the drum. That's so funny. How cute. I have a dog laying next to me, our little Basset Corgi girl, little Blue, and she didn't even move. I looked at her when I first started drumming to see if that was going to bother her. Nah, nothing. Not a single thing. Okay, I wanted to get back to that first request. So let me stream up here. Debbie. Debbie needed a clearing. All right, Debbie, I'm going to grab you first here. And I see a couple other requests. I'll get to as many as I can. And if you have a reading or something you need, ask for it now, and I'll get to as many as I can here in the next, what do we got? 9 minutes. Okay. All right, Debbie. I'm going to tune into you first. And hopefully that drumming helped as well. I'm sure it did. But you've got a lot of worry built up on the base of your spine, around your hips. So I'm going to clear that first. Because that's never a good feeling. Okay. And then you have up here in your high heart, you have so many little attachments. They're just these little thought form attachments that you get that kind of look like little threads, or I kind of see them almost like little worms. Uh, they're just people who rely on you, people you come in contact with that just end up with a piece of your energy. And sometimes we just have to get rid of it all, and set you free so that you can just get yourself back. So I'm going to pull all of those. You've got quite a few. They're not a bad thing. Everybody gets these. This is just a part of interacting with other people's spirits. We tend to reach out and touch each other and sometimes, attach a little bit to somebody who feels good to us. But sometimes we just have to set all of that loose and just heal it with love. So I'm pulling them all first. It just becomes an energetic drain. Okay. I'm going to just heal them all with love and just return them to the senders here. They're an extension of someone else's energy body. So we're just sending them back with love. All right. I'm going to heal that all up with gold. That's a big piece because you've been farming out a lot of your energy to other people. So returning it all to you is going to give you a nice relief here. Good. And then I'm going to just clear your aura too, because it's fairly heavy. I feel like you just have a lot of people in chaos around you, and it's really kind of starting to make a bit of an effect on you as well, which we're not going to have that. I mean, it's unavoidable in some ways, of course, but we want you to be able to be free from that as much as possible, to also be able to enjoy your life. You deserve that. Good. That feels awesome. Okay. All right. I'm going to put a lot of, looks like orange, pink, and yellow light coming forward for you, all up around that aura to help attract good people and good things and just brighten you up as well. I think the doldrums of January were starting to get to you. So here we go. That's a whole lot better. Okay. Let's see. Maureen said I had an injection into my SI joint yesterday. Hate steroids. Feel like crap and my gut is killing me. Steroids. If you have time, I would love a clearing, please. Pain in the pancreas and spleen. Yep, let's do a little work there. Your body feels like it was traumatized. So let's do a little trauma clearing all the way through your core. So I'm actually going to command a Merkaba clearing, commanding billions of many points of light to flood your core now, completely healing, clearing, and releasing any and all energy that you're carrying that is not serving your highest and best good, any energy of trauma, of illness, of pain, also of frustration, anger, resentment, and any other energy that you could be carrying that's preventing you from feeling your best. Commanding these frequencies to be healed and cleared and rendered neutral and inert in all directions of time now, through every cell of your physical body, every layer of your emotional body, and every fiber of your spirit body now. So I'm just going to watch those Merkabas race through there, cleaning all of that up. On an energetics plane, right up in that area is where you hold frustration, anger, resentment is a big one. So, and then your body got this trauma and it makes you mad and like it just, it all builds up. So that's why this all has to just be cleared out. It looks inky, almost like black tar, and the light just obliterates it and clears it out. Good. So now I'm going to just call forward a chi ball of blue light that I'm going to just press in there and lighten that up. So that blue light will help to fight, help to refresh that area, fill it back up with light, and is also great for inflammation and cooling. Good. So I'm going to hold space that, as the dust settles here, that the injection does a great job so that you do start feeling better. And, I know it's a weird thing with the SI joint stuff that you have to go through an enormous amount of pain to get out of pain. It's stupid. Our system is stupid, but at least you've got that. Yeah. And I'm just going to hold space that it's really, really effective for you because I know it's a lot to go through just, to feel like that. Yes. Debbie, you are so welcome. My honor. Terry said she would love a reading about her upcoming trip with her family. I'm going to pull you a card, actually, Terry. My gut feeling on it is that it is generally going to be okay. I feel like there are some subjects that really just need to be avoided as far as conversation is concerned and not go to controversial places. Just kind of let everybody have their thing, do their thing, and just focus on what you're doing, so that everyone can have fun. It feels to me like there could be some clashes as far as, opinions. That's where we're at right now. And so we just need to kind of agree, like, let's not talk about shit that we don't agree on that we're just going to fight about. Like, let's not go there. Let's let this be fun. And hopefully everybody can get on board with that philosophy. So the card that I pulled is the recognition and reward. Yeah, and again, that just tells me like if we can just everyone be, adults and be cool with each other, we can have a lot of fun. Look at the reward, I think, Terry, my suspicion is it's going to be a great trip and you guys are going to have a lot of fun. We just have to work through a little, a few moments of tension, but overall, I feel like this is a good thing and that you guys really need it. You're so welcome, Renee. All right, jumping into the other chat. I know there was a request here. I didn't want to miss it. Oh, sorry. Kylie had asked about finances. Here we go. Wondering if this following year is going to be better. Okay. Kylie, I do feel like finances are going to be better for you this year. I see an increase of wage for you and for somebody else in your world that needs that. I actually think that there could be a change of jobs too, because of a better wage. Yeah, I feel like overall that there's some really good space here for a better financial year. Kind of like my kid did, you're going to have to be brave. You're going to have to ask for it. You might have to change jobs to get to a place that wants to pay you better. But I feel like it's all in the cards there for you, and all you really have to do is just go for it. Yeah, this is good. Okay, Rebecca said, "Can you do a read on my brother? He's been homeless and we have filed a missing persons report, but I'm wondering what other messages you might have to find him." Rebecca, I kind of feel like he's changed communities. I feel like he got all paranoid and weird, and freaked out about where he was at, and that he actually changed communities altogether, which okay, interesting, but they're saying that he'll be back. So he's gone somewhere else. I feel like he might have gone on a bus, but I do feel like he went somewhere else. He's laying low, but the message I'm getting is he's coming back. So you may still find him in that same area that he was in after he feels like the dust has settled and it's safe to do so. So, sweet, I'm going to hold space with you that we see him, check back in with you soon, because I know that you worry about him a lot and that you are, you know, his guardian in a sense. So, sending a lot of love to you guys. I'm so sorry. How frustrating. Yes. All righty. Well, we've done what we do. We went over by a minute. So I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody. You guys know I'm a professional psychic advisor over at one2listen.com. You can find me over there every single day doing readings and healings and things of that nature. So you can come over and find me anytime, you guys. So be kind to each other, be kind to yourselves, please. I will be back. Same place, same time next week. But again, you can find me over at One Two Listen every day. So thanks so much for being here. You've been listening to the Katie Weaver Show here on One Two Radio, where we're changing the way you listen to the world.